So in problem 4, 5, and 6, again, I'm going to kind of draw a picture of what's happening so we can kind of visually see how we're going to be using this midpoint formula. We're not actually going to be finding the midpoint of the two pieces we're given. We're actually going to be finding what is the other endpoint of this segment that we're dealing with. So we'll get that up there just for reference. So below that, I'm going to draw a picture of our segment we're dealing with. So we've got a segment ST. So there's our segment. I'm just drawing a general segment ST. The coordinates of point T are given. The midpoint of ST is 5, -8. It doesn't give a name for this midpoint. So let's see, what do you guys want to call it? ST, what letter could we use? N? M as in Mike? Madeline. Should have thought of that. So now we got SM, MS, Madeline Sherman. Okay, so M is 5, -8. So we already know the midpoint. We already know this piece up here. So we already know what that midpoint XY is. Down below, number 4, we're going to know the point T is going to be 0, 4. And again, I'm not drawing this to scale. So this is just a random segment. So there's going to be that endpoint right there. So I know what the midpoint is. I kind of know what the answer to the midpoint formula is. And I know one of the x coordinates. I know one of the y coordinates. And there's a lot of different ways that you could do this, but I just like to attack it one at a time. Let's look at the x first. So according to the midpoint formula, my two x's, so the x of t, the x of s, need to average out to make 5. You can maybe already do the mental math. So if you know an x is 0, and you need to know another number, and then they need to average out to 5, you can probably already start thinking, well, what does that other x coordinate need to be? But let's write it out. So we need the midpoint 5, that x coordinate, to equal x plus 0 over 2. So you're kind of asking yourself, what number divided by 2 is going to equal 5? What do we got to get? 10. Now up in the numerator, something plus 0 needs to equal 10. So what does x have to be? 10. There's our x. So our x is going to equal 10. So there's one of my coordinates. The second piece, I have a y coordinate of 4. I have another y coordinate unknown, don't know it. They need to average to equal -8. So just to visualize that, that's our situation. Now we're going to take a look at, we need -8 to equal y plus 4 over 2. Kind of asking yourself this question again. What number divided by 2 equals -8? -16. And then what number plus 4 is going to be -16? -20. So if I'm at -20 and I add 4, now I'm back to -16. So there's my coordinates. And we should probably list them as an ordered pair. There they are, 10, -20. So we can do number 5 as well. Let's take a look at that. So we still have that same midpoint, 5, -8. So I have 5 is going to equal x plus 5 over 2. And I'm going to have a -8. I'm going off into number 6 a little bit. -8 is my midpoint, is going to equal 4 plus y. Oops. I meant to say -15. Sorry, I'm looking at the old one. -15, that's my y coordinate, plus y over 2. So you can kind of go through and ask yourself the same question. What number divided by 2 equals 5? 10. So what number plus 5 is going to equal 10? 5. So x is going to equal 5. Over here, -15 plus something needs divided by 2 and get to there. So again, -16 divided by 2 would be -8. So what do I need to add to -15 to get to -16? -1. So there would be kind of a visual, kind of mapping out what we're trying to find, and then the algebra behind it. I mean, there is some algebra, or you can just kind of do the steps walking through it. Take a look at each of those coordinates separately, and then you can kind of see what each of those needs to do. So can you guys try number 6 on your own, you think? You haven't done it yet? Maybe you could probably do it mentally right now. You know what the numbers need to add to and all that. You can work on that. Otherwise, today we'll also work on 1.8. So we got about 15 minutes left in class. The rest of the time is yours to work. I'll come around and answer individual questions. If you still need help with this, I'll leave that up there. But the rest of the time is yours to work on 1.7, 1.8. Tomorrow's our review, and then Monday you guys will be distant learning for the tests on chapter 1.